Okay, guys. So if you've ever watched Tech Lead, the ex-Google, ex-Facebook guy, like himself, I wasn't too keen on getting into Bitcoin, but I started seeing the potential in it and how it can help countries with high inflationary currencies to take control of their money and get rid of the government's involvement, take care of their finances. I saw a future in it basically, and so I thought I'll get invested. So as a former engineer and so forth, I love spreadsheets, I love data. So of course I got into some data. So here's we'll have a look here first. This is my portfolio on CoinSpot. I use CoinSpot because I use the Pay ID system, so it's very easy to get the funds from my bank directly into CoinSpot if there's some movement in the market, and I can get the funds in very quickly within like 30 seconds, basically. And some exchanges take a couple of days to transfer from your bank. So CoinSpot's got Poly, and Pay ID, so I use Pay ID, and gets the funds in very quickly. So let's look at the famous spreadsheet I made. Let's have a look at this. So we'll get the spreadsheet up. Here we go, and we'll get the Excel spreadsheet up. So I thought what I'll do here is I'll show you quickly that all the numbers add up nicely. So I've basically got my CoinSpot deposit up here, which is $11,000 I've put into this. Basically, only invest what you can afford to lose. Don't put your life savings in. There's a lot of people that are selling their houses and everything early on. They did all right, but now I think the upside is getting less and less, of course, because the price is going up, and so there's less upside because basically you can't. There's was it 21 million coins? If you do the math, you can't have that many $1 trillion in there. It's basically more than the worldwide cash reserves. You can't. There's a limit. There's a limit. You can't put all the world's money into this. So let's have a look at this logically. So we got. So I started off. So you've got the transactions here. I started off a couple of weeks ago, just in the new year. So I got my crypto investment transactions, I called it. You're quite welcome to copy my format, my layout. You can come up with your own. I'm just going to go through mine and show you what I've done. So here we go. We've got one referral bonus here. So that was the first $10 of Bitcoin. I started off I thought I was doing initial $1,000 just to get this going. Put a couple of 500s in, bought some Bitcoin. I thought I had to take into account the fees and everything, so I was aiming at 500 there, but it all worked out well anyways. Whatever you put in, they take the fees, and that just comes out of your account. So I didn't need to calculate the fees afterwards. So these red numbers here, that's when I sold any crypto I sold at a loss. I actually got rid of quite a few of the coins that I didn't think were going to go too well, and made a slight loss, ones that weren't performing very well. So got rid of those, started funneling some funds in. So I'll show you here on, basically I got into the market around the 66,000 Australian dollar mark. You can work out what that is in US. I can probably show you here. I've got a US conversion that I use when I'm talking to people that like US dollars, and I've replicated my Bitcoin sell calculator in US dollar conversions. So around 66 is around about, where are we here, at the 60% mark? Sorry, where are we? 66, so say 20% mark here, roughly equates to 20% mark down there. So it's around about 48,000 US dollars I got into. I thought under 50 sounds fine. It'll rise up to maybe 65 or so forth, and keep rising, but it didn't, did it? So if we look at the Bitcoin charts, I'll show you the Bitcoin chart. Get back to the browser. We'll get to the coin market swap here. Coin market cap website here. So I basically bought in this area here, just around where are we? So I can actually show you here. It was around the 4th, wasn't it? It was Christmas. So I had a bit of a run there. I thought, oh, it's going well, going well. I'll buy in the dip a little bit and it will come back up. So around about here, 60, 65. There's a bit of a discrepancy with CoinSpot. They seem to show the prices a bit higher, but all you got to worry about is the spread. As long as you can sell and buy it's really the spread. So it doesn't matter if it's a little bit higher. All the exchanges don't line up with each other. It's not like the stock market. They don't line up with each other, and you've basically got to do all your research. With CoinSpot, I've figured out the spread. They got buy and sell fees of 1%, and the spread's about 0.75%. So all up to buy, sell, and put it back in your bank. Bank transfer fees are 0. It's around about the 2.75%. So I bought it here thinking it's going to go back up, and it didn't. Did it? It kept diving and diving and diving. So you're in a situation here. What do you do? What do you do when the market's diving? And what I do, this is my strategy. You might have another one. Lots of people like to buy when it's up. I like to buy when it's down, because basically you're reducing your risk. You're getting the asset at a cheaper and cheaper price, so you're more likely to sell it for a profit. So let's have a look at this. We'll get back to the spreadsheet, and we'll get back to CoinSpot on here, and I will show you my calculations. Let's have a look. So let's move up here. So I've got all my crypto there, as you can see. Got my CoinSpot bonus here. I've replicated this. If anyone knows Excel, I'll show you how you do that. Basically, I replicate the top line down here, so when I'm working in this area, I can see what's going on. So if I double click here, you can see the formula equals B3, which is the one of the top cells up there. It's replicated along here, so I know what's going on. So basically $9 it cost me to get rid of some crypto there, some of the bad performers. And you can keep track of everything, because the CoinSpot and most exchanges, I'm assuming, is the same. They don't really give you that much information, so you want to deep dive in here, because basically you want to know what you can sell it for to make a profit. That's really the whole point of this exercise. You want to make a bit of profit. If you're not going to hold forever, you want to make a bit of profit. So at the moment, because it's dropping, I'm losing around about $1,000. Return on investment is minus 13%. So I'll show you the formulas here. So my profit and loss is basically, in percentage, is well, in real terms, is basically what I've put in the CoinSpot deposit minus my portfolio value, and that will show you how much I've lost or gained. So if we go here, if I put my portfolio value as say 20,000, you'll see this changes to the green, and I would have made $9,000 and a return on investment of 128%. That'd be very nice, wouldn't it? So we'll hit the back button, because that's not reality at the moment. Making a bit of a loss because it tumbled. So what do you do? So we'll go back to the screen with my CoinSpot account, and I'll show you exactly what happened. We can have a look at all the order history. Yours might be different, but if you're using CoinSpot, you go here at the all markets, and you just want to look at Bitcoin. So I'll choose Bitcoin here, and these are all the Bitcoin transactions. So you can see here, right down the bottom, when I started, bought my first Bitcoin for $66,125. And with the fees, it turned out to $66,786. So basically, it started dropping, and I thought, well, my strategy is to keep buying the dip, and you'll see here, I started buying it at 62,000. So the average price kept going down, 61,000, 62. I thought it's going back up again. We'll buy some at 62, then it dropped again and went to 60. 58. Bought a fair bit at 58. I thought that could be another support floor, but no, it kept dropping. 58, 57, and if you go, then it started going up. So I'll buy a little bit at 60. Because I'm always looking at the average price I bought it for and going by that, because I want to get the average price down. So how much have I bought the average price down by using this strategy? I will show you right now how much we brought the price down. So we started off with 66,000, and as you can see here, I've got it right down to 55. So we'll go here and I'll click on there. You can actually see we're at $55,757.93 as my average buy price. So how this works is I've got up here my Bitcoin, how much I've actually paid, and because that's just your sum. If I double click, it's your sum of all the transactions above. You sum them all up, and you get I've put 7,055 Australian dollars in, and then what you do is you go to your browser, which we'll do now, and if I go into my wallet, I can show you exactly. So open a Bitcoin wallet. So basically I just copy and paste this. So I've got that, copy it, paste it into my spreadsheet, and we've got then we'll have the average Bitcoin price, which is, the formula is basically very simple. If the average Bitcoin price is what you've actually paid out divided by the Bitcoin, how many Bitcoin you have. So if you had one Bitcoin, it'd be $7,055. If you had half a Bitcoin, it'll be double that, it'll be 14. So I've got 0.1 of a Bitcoin with that money. So it works out to 55,757.93. So that's the aim of the game. You basically want to work out what your average coin cost is. So what do you do with this after you've got your average coin cost? Well, you create yourself a little Bitcoin sell calculator. I've created a little table here for myself. And so we'll look at this. So basically I've worked out my sell levels here. If I want to make zero, if I want to break even, and you'll see here that it's actually above the average price because there's fees involved. So this is it here, the buy sell fee. My exchange charges 1% buy and sell fees. So we could actually change this. If it went up to 2, you'll look at the chart as I'm changing it, and you'll see the costs go up. There we go. So it went up to 56,895. It was, if we go back, 56,321. So everything's automated. So I'll show you the formulas here so you can write them down. Just pause the video and you can write them down if you want to know how I'm doing all this. So the the price at parity there is, it's a reasonably complex formula. I like to have things in easy to read percentages and everything, so I don't mind having a bit of a complex formula underneath. So here we've got C326, which is your average Bitcoin price. Now these are, if you might be wondering what the symbols are here, the dollar sign, that's basically saying that this variable here is basically fixed. It's fixed in that cell, so you want to lock the cell in there, because I'm going to basically drag the formula through all the cells, and so this is to fix it, otherwise you'll get some referencing errors. So basically you've got the average Bitcoin price times by B335, which is, where are we? That's your percentage, your percentage profit, which is the red cell underneath this formula. That's all right. Let's put this back up so you can have a read. Times 100, because it's in percentage, you want to get it back to a number, plus 100 times the where are we here? C326, which is the average Bitcoin price divided by 100, all up. So basically I'm just working out the break-even price there. So, and then you've got this formula here, which I worked out, which is taking into account the fees. So you multiply by, it's basically 1.01 100 divided by 100 minus the percentage times 100. Took me a while to figure that one out, and that will give you the correct formula, including your buy or sell fee. So in this case, it's the sell fee is 1%. So if you copy that formula, that format, you'll get the correct amount. And I can show you that it actually works with, let's see here, if we get rid of these, I'll just get rid of these. So say I'm coming along and I want to sell 50% at 100% of the Bitcoin holdings. So I'll put my Bitcoin holdings there. That should work out at exactly the half the portfolio, which it does. So we've got 7055, and number here is $3527.50, which is exactly half the portfolio. So you can work out there my profit was 50%. There we go. So at that point there, I'm making a fairly decent profit. So then I can work out, say I want to take out, say, just stagger it when it hits like 20%. Maybe I want to take out 10%, and when it hits 30% profit margin, I want to take out another 10 and another 20, get rid of this 100. So say I want to get rid of 50% of my Bitcoin. You can work out here at those levels. In real terms, we've got my real terms profit here. Real terms profit right there. And I can work out that I'll make in real terms $1,128.80 and a 16% return on investment, which is pretty cool. But it's got to get there, doesn't it? It needs to get up to let's have a look here, 67,000 Australian on the first level and up to 78. It's possible. It was around the 95,000 last year, so it's possible it will zip back up. This could be an interesting video. We might have to look back on it and see if Walrus Rider has made a huge profit from this or whether it's been a failure, but it's been a good experiment. So this is my my calculator, and so basically I've got this thing called the CoinSpot friendly format, because what I do is when I'm doing my buy and sell orders, I'll actually just copy the format there. It doesn't like the dollar signs in the CoinSpot website. So I just copy and paste that, and this will work out your exact amounts that you plug in. And I'll tell you what, it actually works perfectly well to the nearest cent. I've got this worked out, and it spits out the number really well. So let's go across the formula here. We'll start at this parity because it's nice and easy to get a hang of. So right there, whoops, we got that formula that we're talking about there. So that's the price that I've got to sell it for to get parity, get my money back, basically zero profit. You can see here, real terms profit, 0, profit taking 0. So the profit taking is a bit confusing in the CoinSpot app, the website. You get confused, like you look at here and it's like, oh gee, $846 I'm making. No, it's actually what value is going to get taken off your portfolio, and then you got to work out your real term profits over here. So let's go through. So I've got my coin friendly price. Let's chuck a 10 in here so we get some numbers out. So for 10%, you can look at the sell amount here, which is basically your Bitcoin holdings divided by what percentage of Bitcoin I want to, that's how much I want to sell. So I want to sell 10%. So basically it's your Bitcoin holdings multiplied by 10%, and that'll get you how much you need to sell. Profit taking is basically, where are we? That's your sell price multiplied by the sell amount, which gives you your dollar value, times by 1 minus that value there, which is your sell fees. So that will be 0.01. So 1 minus 0.01 will give you 0.99 because you're taking away 1%. And so when I change that to 2% or whatever your exchange basically charges, they'll plug out the correct number, and this is right to the cent. I've checked it with CoinSpot, and it gives you the perfect number that is going to get taken out of your account. So you can see there. So there you go. We'll just go here. We'll put 10% there. So if I sold it at 3%, if I sold it at 3% there, you can see here. If I sold 10% of my Bitcoin holdings, I'd make $21.17. There we go. And so basically we can get rid of these, and you can see 0.3% down here, 0.3% profit on that. So basically, the more you leave it to grow, and of course there's more risk in that because you don't know where the peak is. If you want to get out early and grab some profit, I can do that early, or I can wait later on, because 10% at 3% versus say 10% at 500%. You can see here 10% profit, 10% Bitcoin holdings. If I sell 10% of the Bitcoin holdings at 500%, instead of making $21.17, I would make $3,527. And so before that was 3%, 0.3%, and I'd make 50% on my investment there. Oh, sorry guys, I've covered up that, so I'll just move that up. So that's at 500% profit margin, which Bitcoin would have to get up to $337, around about $338 Australian, which I think is impossible, because if you do the math at what are we at, about 18 million Bitcoin at the moment mined, you do the math, it's pretty huge number. It's probably more than the holdings of the entire world. I think I worked it out. It's never going to get to like $1 million. It's just not going to happen. There's not enough money in the world to pour into it. There's not enough capital. So there we go, guys. Then I replicated the form here, so I can do it in US dollars as well, because I like to keep track of the US market as well. And also down here, I've replicated the for any crypto sell that I want to do, I can work out what price I need to sell it for. So which one was this? I was looking at, it was $10 odd. There's one coin that was $10 odd. I can't remember which one. So I was working out what price to sell it at to make a profit there. I was sort of lining it up, and basically I'll show you on the website what you do. So basically you click on sell if I want to sell it. If I want to sell my Bitcoin, I click on order Bitcoin, and then we want to take profit. So I'll do this right now. So actually it's not going to work, because the Bitcoin price is always changing. These prices I did in the spreadsheet are for that specific price. But what we can do though, let's do this. Let's go back to the dashboard, and we'll do this in real time, and I'll show you how it works. So my portfolio 9906.94. If I go back to my spreadsheet and go up here to my portfolio value. So what was that number again? 9906.94. Plug that in here, $9906.94. You'll see everything changes here. The profit and loss will change. The return on investment will change. Only thing that's not changing is my Bitcoin holdings, because I haven't bought anything since I started this video, so it'll stay the same. And you see there, it's losing more money because I think it's going down still, isn't it? So we've got that number there. So let's say I want to sell. Well, I can cancel this later. Let's do 10%. Say 10% at 10%. Get rid of the 500% one. So we'll do this as an example. I'll show you how we do it in CoinSpot. So I've got there, make $70 if I sold it there. So what I do is I just go to the CoinSpot friendly format. I right click at the copy on that one, get over here. I want to sell the Bitcoin. I want to sell it and take profit. So I'll just paste that. That's the price. Sorry, guys. Let's get over to the browser so you can see this. So I've just pasted the price in there. Go back to my spreadsheet. I'm going to grab the amount that I want to sell. Copy that. Go back to the browser. Plug that into how much I would like to sell in Bitcoin. Paste that in. And it should come up. Set to take profit. And you'll see here the total, including the feed, is going to come out on the spreadsheet 77605. So if we look at the actual Excel spreadsheet, 77605, and if you look at the Excel spreadsheet, we've got, lo and behold, Walrus Riders formulas work. We've got 77605. Real term take profit. I'll double click on this so you can work out how I've done this. It's basically the where are we? G. So it's basically my my cost of my Bitcoin minus the oh, there we go. It's all right. Let's just double click on this again. Cost of the Bitcoin minus my holdings times where are we? So click double. Sorry guys, just double click on this again. All right, so say Bitcoin's holdings times what's E310 on this one? All right, E310. Oh yeah. So that's your total Bitcoin cost. Anyway, that formula works. Just copy it down. I've taken a while to get all these formulas correct, and it works out. So I'd make $70.55 on that. I can cancel this now. If we go back to the website, I'll cancel that one. But you can see the formulas all work. So that would trigger it at 61,953, and I'd sell 10% and make $70 profit. I'll cancel that. All right, guys, that should be enough. Yeah, feel free to copy all the Excel formulas I'm using and everything. Everything works out. It's a very handy tool. You know exactly where you stand. There's no guessing. Hang on a minute. I'll roughly sell it for this price and so forth. You can fiddle around with the numbers if you know where the support floors are and you want to sell it before it hits that support floor, and so you've got more chance of selling it because you don't want it to drop down either. If you want to sell, you want to get it at the peak. You don't want it to drop down, so you want to hit the mark that you want to sell your Bitcoin for. Hope you enjoyed that one, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.